It is almost June, so it's almost time for the June Wine Club shipment. It's a beautiful morning here in the Finger Lakes. We're all trying to stay positive despite the frost that damaged a lot of the vineyards in the region about 2 nights ago. We were lucky in that only our Lemberger plot seemed to have frost damage, and we're really hopeful that by the time these June wines make it to you, there is some secondary budding and signs of resurrected life in the Lemberger. Fingers crossed. But today we have a beautiful day, lots of beautiful wines to try, and we should start off with a Rosé of Lemberger. This is newly bottled, the 2022 Rosé. This is going to all of our club members, Friends Club. You guys are getting this wine as well as the Chardonnay. The 2022 was a very ripe vintage, so you can see that there's lots more color extraction than the 21 vintage. Whole lot of cherry and red fruit right on the nose. That's delicious. Lots of red fruit, berries, watermelon. It's got a nice, refreshing, dry finish. I don't want to dump it, but it's not quite 11 in the morning, so maybe don't drink them all. Next up, we've got the family favorite here at Anthony Road, the Unoaked Chardonnay. This is from the 2021 vintage. This is always a clean and crisp wine. It's done in stainless steel, so it's very true to the Chardonnay grape. You get lots of green apple on the nose. Some minerality, like wet stones. Apple translates to the palate, so does some pear. There's a little hint of spice in there, and then that apple and banana that Chardonnay is kind of known for. That's such a food-friendly wine, and we have it with lots of food around here all the time. So Friends Club, that's the Friends Pack. Family Club members, you guys are receiving those wines as well as the Pinot Blanc, also from the 21 vintage. So we're giving lots of bright, fresh, refreshing wines for the June Club shipment because we're anticipating a nice hot summer. You're going to need refreshers. This is a little more delicate on the nose. And herbal. There's still citrus, but more in the zesty lemon and lime. Herbaceousness comes through on the palate, as well as definitely some minerality. It's light, but it has a really long finish, like it persists throughout with that citrus sort of hanging on. It's a very enjoyable Pinot Blanc. Family, you guys are also receiving the Dry Riesling 2021. So you may remember the 2020 vintage was a very ripe one, so the Rieslings were showing a lot of apricot and orange and those really ripe fruit notes. The 21 sort of reverts back to the quintessential Finger Lakes Dry Riesling with lots of lemon and lime and slate, which come right through on the aromatics. I love smelling Riesling. I just want to smell it. Just keep smelling it. This has nice weight and texture to it. And a candied lemon. Definitely that lime zest throughout and some minerality. But that's what I think of when I think of a Finger Lakes Dry Riesling right there. It's delicious. Family Club members, those are the 4 wines in your pack. Passion Club members, you are set to receive those wines as well as the 2013 Art Series Riesling from the library. Family Club members, you have access to add this to your shipment as well if you'd like. If you don't see it online, just shoot me an email. But the Art Series Rieslings are all spontaneously fermented. So the wine, there's no commercial yeast added to control fermentation, so they vary from vintage to vintage pretty drastically. 2013 went dry. This is also before we started screw caps, so it's our last vintage under cork, and the bottle's gorgeous, and we finally have shipping boxes that'll fit it, so that's why we're able to share it. The 2013, it's a dry Riesling. When it was I love the smells of the Art Rieslings. They're so complex aromatically. There's always layers and layers and layers. You can just dig in there. This one is actually a little bit more reserved than some of our other Art Series Rieslings. I tasted it with the winemaker Peter yesterday, and by the end of the tasting, we were talking about fresh squeezed lemons over top of river rocks and being really ridiculous. But we decided that if you ever wanted to try lemon-soaked shore stones, this is the wine for you. There is so much lemon and zest and earthy mineral slate rock. My notes are blowing away, but that's okay. I don't really need them. The really surprising thing to me about this wine is that there's not a lot of petrol. The tertiary notes that you expect in an aged Riesling haven't quite, they're still developing. The acid is still really bright and lively. You could easily age this for another 4 or 5 years. But we've done the aging for you, so it is lovely to drink right now. Beautiful 10-year-old dry Riesling, the 2013 Art Series. So this is the June Wine Club shipment. We're excited to share it with you. If you don't yet know who I am, Natalie, your wine club manager, here to answer any of the questions you have about your membership or the wines. And we look forward to seeing you this summer. Hopefully we'll see you at the July Member Appreciation Picnic. But thank you so much, and cheers.